guys, it's your favorite machine girl, wannabe Jedi, Disney freak, and basically all around pop culture nerd, Caitlin. I hope you guys checked out my video I posted just before this one, my Rogue One, A Star Wars Story Trailer 2 reaction. I am so happy I got to see it. It was awesome, and I again apologize if you watched this and then if you were watching this after watching that one for the screaming and the general all around going crazy hyper. I actually only worked 4 days this week. I worked Monday through Thursday, and every single day I worked till close. The store closes at 9, so I was getting out about 9:30 and then I had to turn around and go back in the next day and do it all over again. Never worked more than 5 hours, thank God. But at this point, I am pretty much running on fumes, caffeine, and sugar. Yay, I'm going a little cuckoo. But yeah, so I am pretty much at this point, I just want to crawl into bed and like sleep for the next 5 days. I'm not sure how smart that could be, but anyway. So the big news is, of course, at long last, we have the second Rogue One official trailer. Yay, it's so cool. We hear more from Saw Gerrera, who is like groundbreaking because he's the first Star Wars character to be brought from animation to live action, and it's really awesome. And like I said, he's like the little black sheep in the rebellion. He's the rebel in the rebellion. He's the one that goes just a little bit too far. And he's basically one of the members of this group of rebels that includes Jen Arcer and several other characters who are pushing what it means to rebel, and they're the ones selected to go on this mission to find out more about the Death Star. Oh my gosh, the trailer was awesome. Like I said, I freaked out. If you watched it, you know how freaked out I got when I saw Darth Vader at the end of it. And I did start tearing up a little because I thought I saw X-Wings, and I went, oh my god, it's X-Wings. I don't know why I started tearing up, honestly. I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I teared up during the Season 3 Rebels trailer, but that was because Grand Admiral Thrawn appeared and I was so happy. So I guess I'm just so excited because it feels like they're bringing more and more of what I remember from my childhood into the story. So yay, I'm so excited. So the new trailer's out, which is awesome. And yes, I have some new work on my walls. If you're wondering where my cool picture of Ahsoka went, it's up there between my two posters. But I have some new Star Wars artwork on my wall. This is, of course, if you watch Celebration or have gone online, this is the official Rogue One A Star Wars Story movie poster, and it has at the top a rebellion built on hope, which is awesome. And then this, I was searching for some Rebels. I found this. It's actually the poster for Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels. And it's got Maul, Thrawn, Sabine, Ezra, Chopper, and then like stormtroopers and AT-ATs. So it's interesting. It has been confirmed it is looking like this season we're not going to see Darth Vader. This will actually be the first Rebels season, if that is true, where we don't see Darth Vader. Some people are like, well, he wasn't in Season 1. He was in Season 1. He appeared in the very first episode of Season 1 as a hologram when he was giving the Inquisitors orders, you know, hunt down the remaining Jedi and make sure the children of the Force don't become Jedi. And then he did appear at the end of the first season when Tarkin's like, we have another solution, here's Darth Vader. So Darth Vader has appeared in the first 2 seasons of Rebels, and so it will be kind of different if he doesn't appear in Season 3, but then again, this season, Darth Vader and the Empire, they are not the big bad set. The Rebels are focused on fighting. The Rebellion from Season 3 trailer, as we all know, their big bad opponent of the season is going to be Grand Admiral Thrawn. And then for Ezra and Kanan, the resident Jedi, they're not only going to be fighting the growing darkness inside Ezra, they also have to contend with the psychopathic Darth Maul. I don't know if he's really a psychopath. I'm just calling him that because he's always like cuckoo bananas crazy every time we meet him. But when he's sane, it seems even worse. So yeah, so the 2 big bads of the season are going to be Grand Admiral Thrawn and Darth Maul. And speaking of Season 3, guess what? We finally have a premiere date. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This time it actually is in fall. Let me get my tablet booted back up. I have like a ton of stuff. So Star Wars, live action TV. Here we go. Star Wars Rebels. Apparently they released a Season 3 teaser announcing their return. Wait, I think that's the... I don't know, apparently they released a new video. I haven't seen it yet. I think it's really just the trailer that they just added the release date onto. But Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels will premiere on Saturday, September 24th at 8:30 p.m. with an hour-long premiere episode titled Steps into Shadow. Yay! Excited because, of course, from the Season 3 trailer, we are getting strong hints that Ezra has either gone to the dark side and come back, or is slowly in the process of walking further and further into the dark side and going full on dark Jedi. He's going, yay! I'm well, dark user. I don't know what they're called, but I'm just so excited because, again, I keep repeating, I'm not happy when my characters go evil or have bad stuff happen to them, but logically I know it has to happen for them to grow, for the story to move forward. So I'm sad that Ezra has to confront this darkness, maybe even go to the dark side for a short period of time. But at the same time, I'm kind of excited because I want to see how it changes the story. Other than Anakin Skywalker, we've never, I don't think in the movies or the TV show, we've ever really seen a character who has always been so good go to the dark side. I mean, in the original Star Wars trilogy, sure, Luke touched the dark side at times, but he never went full on cuckoo bananas, I'm going to become this crazy dark person and live off of anger and fear and stuff like that. But we did see that with Anakin, and so it'll be interesting to see it with Ezra. I think it'll be awesome. I'm cheering for Ezra. So Saturday, September 24th at 8:30 p.m. Check it out for Step Into Darkness. I am super excited. I'm hoping this Saturday time slot is one they will keep. With my job, it will make it so much easier for me to catch the shows on Saturday because Staples actually closes at 7. So it'll make it easier for me to get home, get the TV set up, watch Rebels, and then be able to talk about it on Sundays because I don't work on Sundays. Yay! So I really hope this Saturday time slot is one they keep. I think it will be so much nicer. So, yay, Rebels! So excited, finally have a premiere date. Also in Star Wars news, there's a rumor going around that Star Wars could be returning to television. Not talking about Rebels, I'm talking full-on live action! That's right, apparently the rumor is ABC is trying to figure out if they could do a live action Star Wars TV show. Okay, that would be cool, but one article I looked at says if they do a live action Star Wars TV show, that will be kind of Star Wars overdosing. We've had a ton of Star Wars books. We still have Ahsoka coming out in October. We had Clone Wars, Rebels. Because Disney now owns Star Wars, we're going to have a Star Wars movie pretty much every year for the foreseeable future. So it could be a little bit of overdosing on Star Wars, which in my opinion, that's not a bad thing. Okay, I will gladly overdose on Star Wars. But yeah, it's going to be awesome live action TV show. For those of you who don't know, some of us do, actually, a little interesting is the Clone Wars TV show that they did in 2003, that short animated series, cartoon animated. That was actually a test run to see if they could actually do a live action TV show, which is interesting. Why start out with a cartoon? And then, of course, they progressed to the CGI series, which is so much more popular and likable than the 2003 one. So it's very interesting to think about that Lucasfilm has been thinking about doing a live action TV show for Star Wars for years and has just never gotten around to it. They have done a couple Star Wars spin-off movies during the 80s. There were 2 Ewok movies, which I have seen. I thought they were cute. Like, I love Ewoks. So I saw the Ewok movies. They're actually kind of cute. I have also seen, I will admit it, I have seen the Star Wars Christmas special. I am ashamed to, but I will admit I saw the horrible Star Wars Christmas special because I heard about it and I was just curious. So I have seen it. So they have done Star Wars stuff on TV in the past, live action. Well, the movies, I don't know. But I think it would be really interesting to do the live action Star Wars TV show just because CBS is relaunching Star Trek. I will talk about that in a little bit. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it'd be interesting? Do you think we should have a Star Wars live action TV show? And if so, when should it be set? I mean, we have Rebels, which is spanning Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. We have Rogue One, which is that same time period. Should we do a TV series that's set during the prequels, in between the movies? Like, what happens between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, or Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi? Or should we do a TV series, or should there be a TV series that takes place between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens? So what happens in between those? Like, how does Luke restart the Jedi and stuff like that? So, what do you guys think? Do you think the live-action TV show could be a good thing or a bad thing? Do you think Star Wars should just be limited to where it is now? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I might read a few out next time. So basically Star Wars news, new Rogue One trailer, premiere day September 24th, 8:30, and live-action Star Wars. I will say, when I heard that news, I screamed. I got so excited. I was like, oh my gosh! I'm excited. I would love to see it happen, but it will be interesting. So, thank you. Star Wars, Okay, so, speaking of Star Wars, I did mention Star Trek. I will admit it, I always said I would never watch Star Trek. It never appealed to me, but, recently I've changed my opinion. I have a very changeable mind. A few of my friends have told me that if I like Star Wars, I should try Star Trek. Granted, I know Star Trek and Star Wars are two completely opposite different things. They have really nothing in common. But I've had a lot of people tell me I should try watching Star Trek, so I'm going to take a leap of faith and dive in. And I've had some people tell me that if I'm going to start watching Star Trek, I should not start with the original series. I'm guessing they're saying this because I am such a Star Wars fan. They recommend that I start with Next Generation, which of course is with Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard and LeVar Barton, who did Reading Rainbow, and instead of starting with the original with Kirk and Spock, because apparently I read it and it's like the original Star Trek, there was so many issues, like the special effects weren't that good and the acting was really campy, but if you want to watch it for like the political episodes, there are a lot of episodes with good messages and stuff. I should check those out if I'm looking for Star Trek episodes with messages, the original one. And if I just want to jump into Star Trek, start with Next Gen and go from there. I like to do things in order, so I'm actually going to start with the original episodes. I'm curious about them. That doesn't mean I have never seen Star Trek. I have some bits and pieces of Star Trek. I just never really got into it because when I watched them, I was like in high school. I was younger, and tragically, when I was in high school, that's when I started going through my vampire phase. I still like vampire stories. I still have my Twilight books, but actually, my favorite quick thing is my favorite vampire story is not Twilight. It's not the Chosen books. My favorite vampire story is actually this book called Vampire Stalker. Which is really interesting. Quick summary: Vampire Stalker is about this girl who's in love with this Twilight style of book, with this series of vampire books. They're like going to be a trilogy or something. She's in love with these books, and she's in love with one particular character, and one day this character comes out of the books into the real world. So it's really like the book for a bookworm like me, because I always wonder what would it be like if my favorite characters popped out of the book and came into my world, or if I went into their world. So it's a really awesome book. But back to Star Trek. I'm going to try Star Trek. First, though, I'm actually going to finish what I'm doing, which is I'm actually going through Criminal Minds and catching up on Criminal Minds, because I'm excited, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. So first I gotta finish with Criminal Minds, and then I will go try Star Trek. And cross my fingers, I'm gonna try with the original, but like a lot of people are saying, I think I will definitely like Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and the later series. And of course, CBS is rebooting Star Trek as a live-action TV show, of course. But I was bummed when I found out about it. I was excited. But they're actually not going to be airing it on TV. For those who don't know, the new Star Trek TV series will actually only be watchable on CBS All Access streaming. This means it's only going to be able to be watched online. Now, I think that's really kind of mean of CBS. I mean, there are like millions and millions of Star Trek fans all over the world, and not all of them are going to have access to the CBS streaming site. Granted, I don't know if that's a for sure thing, if they're going to make it available elsewhere, but if not, that's kind of really limiting the number of Star Trek fans who want to watch this new show who aren't going to be able to. I mean, if CBS is going to do this, I think they should go all out and just air it on the CBS channel, make it, which is pretty much available all over the world, instead of just limiting it to their all-access streaming site, which you can only get to if you have, like, certain cable subscriptions, I believe. So that seems kind of mean to me. I know I think I can get it, but I would really hope that one day CBS makes these episodes available to everyone, because much like Star Wars, Star Trek is an international phenomenon. It's a multi-generational phenomenon. It has millions and millions of fans, and I think CBS would want to share the series with everybody. So, again, I'm not sure, but I really think that's mean, so. Okay, on to Disney news! So, Disney is, it's going good. They're doing a lot of work at Disney. What was it? I'm, like, forgetting everything I wanted to talk about Disney. Oh, the bigger news is from Walt Disney World. After a long time, they're actually ending the Main Street Electrical Parade. That's that really cool parade that was at night with all the really cool floats and lights and stuff. But they're actually ending it on October 9th. So that means there will be no more Main Street Electrical Parade at Walt Disney World. They're ending it, and then next year it's going to do a short run at Disneyland. Now, I don't know for sure if this means after it's run at Disneyland, if they're doing away with it altogether, or if they might revamp it and bring it back. Main Street Electrical Parade has been going on at Disney World and Disneyland off and on for years. I think it was like one of the original parades or something. So it is kind of sad that they're ending it, but I don't really think it's going to go away because it's such a popular parade. I really think they're just taking it away and they're going to bring it back and revamp it, and it's going to be totally new with all new lights and special effects, and it's just going to be so awesome. Oh, and other Disney news, there is a new Disney princess. Yesterday, Disney officially introduced at Walt Disney World in front of Cinderella Castle the newest official member of the Disney princesses, Crown Princess Elena of Avalor. If some of you are going, who? Elena of Avalor is a new TV show on Disney Channel, and it's a spin-off of Sophia the First, which is a Toon Disney show, which is a Disney Junior show. I know, Caitlin, how do you know about Disney Junior? I have lots of little cousins, and actually I watched Sophia the First because I was curious, and I'm a huge Disney princess girl. I know I don't look like it, but I am. I love princesses. Basically, the backstory of Elena is she was trapped to keep her safe in the Amulet of Avalor, which is what Sophia the First is given in the very first episode of the series. Sophia is given the Amulet of Avalor by her stepfather as this magic amulet, and basically when she does a good deed, she's given a gift like talking to animals, being able to turn into a mermaid, shrinking, stuff like that. And when she does something bad, she's given a curse, like when she sings, frogs jump out of her throat or something. So whenever you do something good, the amulet gives you a blessing, and when you do something bad, the amulet gives you a curse until you admit what you've done, the bad thing you've done, and then the amulet removes the curse. But Elena was trapped in the amulet, and then Sophia frees her at some point, and which they haven't really talked about yet. Apparently they're doing a movie. And then Elena goes back to her kingdom. She frees her grandparents and her sister, who were safe in a painting for I think it was 40-some years. She was trapped. And she's now the crown princess of her kingdom of Avalor, which means she's not quite a queen, but she's getting there. And this new TV series is about her finding her way and ruling her kingdom. And they decided, apparently, to make her officially a Disney princess. So yesterday she was crowned at Cinderella Castle and is officially a Disney princess. And it's weird. It's very interesting to see who is a princess and who is not. I have a feeling the next Disney princess that will be crowned is the new one, Moana. I'm not sure if I think she will be crowned a Disney princess. I'm not sure. Merida is a Disney princess, but technically Merida isn't a princess. She's the daughter of a Scottish lord. Technically, she's not a princess, but she was crowned one. Several princesses in the Disney princess spectrum are called princesses, but they're not. Pocahontas, technically she's not a princess. Mulan isn't a princess. So there's actually quite a few who aren't princesses, so to speak. And then there are a few who are princesses who haven't been officially crowned. like Anna, but then again, you can't really make Anna a Disney princess without Elsa, and Elsa doesn't qualify to be a Disney princess because she's a queen. So there's a new Disney princess. It's interesting that it's Elena of Avalor, but yay! Welcome Elena of Avalor to the world of Disney princesses. Before I get to Criminal Minds, Pokemon did drop a new trailer yesterday with some new stuff from the Alola region. I've been saying it pronounced, I've been calling it the Aloha, it's the Alola. Including the new bad guys, Team Skull. My first thought when I saw Team Skull was, oh my god, hip-hop! Oh my gosh, I mean hip-hop, sorry about that. Just because of the way the characters are dressed, they have like gold chains, and the way they move, and the way they speak. They're supposed to look like gangster rappers. Very interesting choice. For the most part, the teams, Team Rocket, Team Plasma, Team... I can't remember them all. They are all very kind of militaristic. The Team Aqua, I think Team Aqua was very like, they were pirate naval. They looked piratey, but very like the naval uniforms, like combination of pirate and naval. So for the most part, these teams have been kind of very militaristic, very buttoned up, straight laced. And then you have Team Skull now, which is very like the opposite, which is like shorts, t-shirts, like they talk in like a rapping style and stuff. So it's going to be very interesting because I feel like it's such a broad division. It's so different from the teams in the past, but then again, this whole makeup of Pokemon Sun and Moon, it's so different. I don't know yet if there are going to be gyms. From the way it looks, there aren't going to be gyms. There's not going to be like a gym challenge. It looks like there's going to be it looks like they completely changed how Pokemon will work for this game, so it's very interesting. They also revealed new types. Meowth has they're being called different. I don't know what they're called, but they're different forms. Meowth is like dark type. I can't remember. They did a bunch of them, but the one I remember because I saw it and went, oh my gosh, gimme, is Raichu. Okay, I didn't. There we go. Look at Raichu. Look at Raichu. I'm trying to get it so it's not reflecting. Not doing too good. Yeah, there we go. Raichu has changed. Raichu is now electric and psychic, and it looks like it's standing on its tail like a surfboard, and when it moves, it looks like it's surfing. So I am super excited. I have, besides Vulpix and Ninetales, this is my favorite new form of the older Pokemon. I am loving Raichu. Usually when I get a Pikachu, I don't evolve it because Raichu's cute, but I don't really like Raichu, and I love how cute Pikachu is. I actually might change it for this game just so I can get Raichu. Not evolving my Pikachu, which would be weird because I usually never evolve my Pikachu, but I might do it this time. Raichu's pretty dang awesome. And of course, time to wrap it up. I am not just a nerd. I love pop culture, and one of my favorite TV shows is Criminal Minds. I didn't watch it this much, much like Once Upon a Time. I didn't really watch it this past season. I don't know why. I just didn't really get into TV shows. I think because of internet. But then again, the last, spoiler, Derek Morgan, Samara Moore left the show, and I think that was like the last episode of Criminal Minds I watched this past season. Just because I was so utterly devastated. I'm like, no, don't go, you go, okay. I was so utterly devastated that I just gave up on the rest of the season. So that's why I'm actually trying to catch up so that I kind of have a decent idea of where the season's going. But there's some interesting news, actually. Thomas Gibson, who has been with Criminal Minds since the beginning, he's played this Aaron Hotchner, or Hotch, who's like been in charge of the BAU since this particular team, since the very beginning of the show, except for a brief period when he put Morgan in charge because there was a guy named Ferret who was going around stabbing and killing people. But anyway, Thomas Gibson, who's been on the TV show since the beginning, he's even directed a few episodes and stuff, has apparently been fired, and they haven't actually finished filming the season. He was what I found out was last night when I went on Facebook, there was a news alert that Thomas Gibson had actually been suspended because he was kicking a producer due to creative differences. But they instead said, but now they're saying that the suspension has been made permanent, and Thomas and Gibson has been fired. And he actually issued a statement. Thomas Gibson said, "I love Criminal Minds and I put my heart and soul into it for the last 12 years. I had hoped to see it through to the end, but that won't be possible now." So, the 12th season returns on September 28th. And they were actually filming it. And the producers will announce later how they're going to write him off the show. But interesting enough, I was talking to my mom about this, and she says with this, she thinks Criminal Minds is finished. Derek Morgan was a hugely popular character on the show, and he left last season, like halfway through last season. So he's gone. There's no more Derek. Shamar Moore left. And it was pretty solid for the first couple seasons. I definitely think the seasons where they got Rossi and first Emily and then Rossi were so much better than when they had Gideon and Al. But it's definitely sad now to hear that Thomas Gibson, because he couldn't really control his temper, is now fired, which means another original cast member is leaving, because like Shamar Moore, Thomas Gibson has been on Criminal Minds since the beginning. That means the only original cast members that you can still call original who have been appearing on the show since its beginning is Matthew Gray Goldberg, who plays Dr. Spencer Reed, who I'm absolutely in love with. I think he's the coolest character ever. Kristen Vanegas, who plays Penelope Garcia, who I still believe she and Morgan should have ended up together. And then AJ Cook, who plays Jennifer Giroux, who I call her on again, off again, because she was on the season, then she left, then she came back. So they're really down to just 3 characters from the original, from that first season, which is kind of sad. Paget Brewster is coming back this season for a few episodes to play as a recurring character, playing Emily Prentice. So that will be nice. But my mom says this will be the last season of Criminal Minds, and I have to say I'm starting to believe that too, because they've been through so many changes. When Emily left in season, oh my gosh, I don't even remember what season was. I think it was season 9 or 8. Emily left. Because Emily was like faked her death, came back, and then she left. So Emily left, and they started out with a character named Blake for 2 seasons, who I liked. I actually liked Blake. I thought she was cool. And then Blake left, and then they brought in Jennifer Love Hewitt, who played Kate. And Kate ends up leaving. And then so this past season, they brought in Anisha Tyler, and she was supposed to be the new regular character. But it didn't work out, and she did reoccurring roles, and so that's why Emily is coming back for Paget Brewster. Emily is coming back for this season. It's to fill that gap. And of course, Shamar's gone. Derek's gone. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to it, because last season they ended on this cliffhanger that a bunch of serial killers the BAU has caught have broken out of prison and are now running around the country. So the overarching is supposed to be the capture of the serial killer. So but with Thomas Gibson leaving, it's going to be really different. And like I said, I do agree with my mom that I just have a feeling that this will be the last season of Criminal Minds, even though it has done kind of well. It is the second highest rated procedural show, second highest drama on CBS, but it has been losing ground with Shamar Moore's departure, and now with this news. I think we'll all tune in to see it, but really, I honestly do believe that this season or next season will be the end of Criminal Minds, which is kind of sad because it has been on the air since 2005. So I was in high school when it first premiered, and I'm almost 30, so I'm really bummed about it. So Thomas Gibson, I really, really wish you hadn't kicked that producer. Spencer's my favorite character, but I do really like Koch, so I'm sorry, but I really wish you hadn't done that. So, sad news for us Criminal Minds fans, but other than that, we have some new shows to look forward to. Supergirl's coming back soon. That is going to be on CW, which will now have pretty much all the DC shows. Flash, Green Arrow, Supergirl, DC's Heroes of Tomorrow, whatever it's called. So, yay, CW is going to be Superhero Central. I'm excited. I can't wait to have to catch up on season 1 though, so I'm really hoping that soon that will be on Netflix. But I have a list of stuff on my Netflix that I have to watch. I gotta finish watching Criminal Minds, then I have Star Trek, then I have Rain, and then I have Charmed, and I don't even know what else I put on my list. it's covered. So that's it for today. I'm signing off. I'm gonna get this posted, and it's actually late. I should have done this earlier, and I did it. Thanks for sticking with me. Like, it's gonna be actually shorter. I'm supposed to be going out of town Sunday, so I'll probably post something next Wednesday. I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday next week, so I probably won't do an actual vlog till next Saturday, and then I'll probably Wednesday on my day off I'll probably post like a little movie thing about what we did Sunday. Sunday we're supposed to go to Potter Park Zoo in Lansing, which is the state capital of Michigan. And Potter Park Zoo is apparently the oldest zoo in Michigan, and we've been going there since I was a little girl. My mom went there when she was younger. And we used to go there when I was little, and when I was in 4th grade. And 4th grade in Michigan, you go to the state capitol, and part of that trip is you go to the historical museum, which I'm a nerd, so I love museums. And when I did that, and I had such a great time, my parents started this thing where in the morning we would go to the zoo, have lunch at the park, because like John Ball Zoo, Potter Park Zoo is in a park. It's smaller than John Ball in Detroit, but it's still really nice. And then we go do that. We would go to the zoo, eat lunch, and then we'd go to the museum and come home. I don't think we're doing that. It'd be nice if we did, but since we're doing it on Sunday, the museum's only open to like 5, so I don't think we're gonna hit the museum. But we are going to the zoo if we go, which is nice. One year we went, they had a snow leopard named Katie, and I freaked out. They have some of my favorite animals. They have a lot of monkeys, and of course goats. So I'm going to a zoo with all these really cool animals, and the thing I'm most excited about seeing is the goats. Next to the monkeys, and next to the only venomous snake in Michigan, which is, we have our own version of a rattler. Only our rattlesnake, if it bites you, you don't die. Even in Michigan, the snakes are polite. It's like, okay, I bite you, but I don't want to kill you. So yeah, I'm excited about going to Potter Park, so I can't wait. So, but that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this pop culture roundup. If you have anything you want me to talk about, keep it PG-13, please. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. Also, don't forget to click like or subscribe. I could really use a little cheering up. I understand that these regular video postings of mine aren't that exciting, but please enjoy, watch. So, don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe. I will see you guys next week, probably next Saturday, for an official Michigan Girl vlog, and I'll probably post something Wednesday about whatever we do Sunday. So, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Caitlin, your favorite Michigan girl, wannabe Jedi, Disney freak, and all-around pop culture nerd. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe. I'll see you next week. And as always, may the Force be with you.